There's a $4.99 bag hanging inside Harbor Freight right now that makes half the $300 bug-out bags on YouTube look like costume gear. In about 4 minutes, I'll show you the exact bag. The most important tool in this whole setup costs less than $1, and most men walk right past it. And the real reason this loadout works has nothing to do with looking tactical. It has everything to do with not looking worth stealing from when everybody else is panicking. Here's the truth. When things go sideways, most civilians buy for fantasy. They buy for the photo. They buy for the comment section. But when the lights die, gas pumps quit, and the parking lot starts filling up with confused people leaning into empty trunks, the winner is not the guy with the coolest backpack. It's the guy who can fix, cut, light, tie, carry, and move without drawing every desperate eyeball in a 50-yard radius. So stay with me. Because 4 is the 79-cent tool almost nobody packs. 2 is the trick that makes this loadout work in the real world, not on YouTube. And #1 is the cheap Harbor Freight item that embarrassed me the first time I saw it used right. Miss this, and you'll be that guy standing in a dark parking lot at 3 a.m. with a fancy bag full of survival gear and nothing you can actually use in the first 10 minutes. Let that sink in.
7 hardy nitrile-dipped work gloves. You don't rise to the level of your gear. You fall to the level of what your hands can still do under stress. And bare hands fail fast. That's why this loadout starts with the hardy nitrile-dipped work gloves. 1 pair. Cheap. Ugly. No tactical nonsense. But when you're pulling splintered wood, clearing broken glass, dragging hot metal, grabbing wet rope, or digging through a trunk in freezing rain, these become worth more than gear 10 times the price. A former marine motor transport guy told me something years ago. Most survival problems turn into hand problems before they turn into life problems. He was right. Cut your palm early, tear a fingernail off, or lose grip in cold weather. And suddenly every easy job gets stupid hard. And the crazy part, most men will spend $89 on a knife before they spend $2 protecting the hands that use it. Keep those gloves in the outside pocket, not buried, because the next item is what you grab when something needs to stay shut, stay splintered, or stay attached right now. 6 Storehouse 24-in. Cable ties. 10-pack. Most people think zip ties are garage junk. That's civilian thinking. Under pressure, zip ties become fast answers. These 24-inch cable ties are long, strong, and stupid simple. Harbor Freight lists them with a 150-pound F-loop tensile strength. That means you can bundle firewood, strap a loose bumper, secure gear to a cart, lash a top corner, improvise a splint, 10 cables, or lock down something that keeps working loose in the back of your truck. A retired Army combat engineer once laughed when I asked him about fancy organizers. He said, in the field, if it doesn't need batteries and it solves 5 problems, carry it. That's cable ties. Not sexy, just effective. And wait until you see number 4. Because that one costs less than a gas station coffee and gives you more real-world value than half the blades people brag about online. First, you protect your hands. Then you carry something that can bind. Next, you need light, but not the kind that dies on you after one night and leaves you fumbling in the dark. 5312-in. LED mini flashlights. 2-pack. If your whole plan depends on one expensive flashlight, you don't have a lighting plan. You have a single point of failure. That's why this pack matters. 2 mini flashlights, not 1. Harbor Freight lists them as 70-lumen LED lights, with 3 AA batteries included and up to 5 hours runtime. 1 goes in the bag, 1 goes in the glove box, jacket pocket, or center console. Now, if one disappears, rolls under the seat, or gets handed to somebody you care about, you're still in business. A Navy corpsman I interviewed said he learned to distrust single-item confidence overseas. 1 light breaks. 1 knife gets lost. 1 bag gets left behind. That's why cheap redundancy beats expensive pride. And here's the backwards part. 2 tiny flashlights often beat 1 monster light, because you're more willing to actually place them where you'll need them. 1 in hand, 1 staged, 1 is none. You know that line, but most people still ignore it. Darkness doesn't care what brand you bought, Now we move to the item most people laugh at right before they realize it solves the first 3 problems in almost any bed night. 4. Golden color snap blade utility knife. This is the one I warned you about. The sub $1 tool most men skip because it doesn't look serious. Big mistake. This snap blade knife is exactly what you want for ugly utility work. Cutting plastic wrap, slicing cord, opening blister packs, shaving tinder, trimming top edges, scoring cardboard. The blade dulls? Snap it. Fresh edge. No sharpening stone. No ego. No wasted time. A retired Greenberry once told me the best tool is often the one you're least emotionally attached to. You won't baby this knife. You won't hesitate to abuse it. That matters. The expensive knife stays clean in the sheath. This one gets used. And don't miss the bigger pattern here. Every item in this loadout is cheap enough that you actually stage it, duplicate it, and use it hard. That's why it starts beating expensive bags fast. But cutting is only half the battle. If you can't tie, suspend, lash, drag, or improvise shelter, you're still one storm away from being useless. This is where the wannabes separate from the men who've actually had to make bad conditions livable. Harbor Freight's 50-foot Paracord spool is cheap, weather resistant, quick drying, and rated for a 160-pound working load. And look at the uses Harbor Freight itself lists. Top ridgeline. Securing equipment to a backpack or vehicle, making shelter, replacing shoelaces, hanging food, marking a trail, even emergency tourniquet duty. That is not one item. That's a whole category of problem solved in your palm. A friend who drove convoy security in Iraq told me cordage was never exciting until the day it was the only reason gear stayed on the vehicle. Same lesson here. You don't carry paracord because it looks cool. You carry it because loose gear becomes last gear. And last gear becomes panic. And now we're getting close to the real trick. Because even with gloves, tires, lights, a blade, and cordage, most people still blow the loadout for one dumb reason. They put it in the wrong kind of bag. Before I show you that bag, I need to show you the move that makes this whole setup act bigger than it is. And it's something you probably already have at home. To the free multiplier most people use wrong. Here's the part almost nobody talks about. Your survival loadout should not be all bought. The smartest loadouts use cheap store-bought tools plus 1 or 2 free household items. Staged the right way. So take a strip of duct tape you already own and wrap it flat around one of those mini flashlights. Not in a giant wad. Flat, tight, clean. Now that flashlight also carries repair tape without taking extra room. Then fold one contractor bag or heavy trash bag from home and lay it flat at the bottom of the tool bag. Now you've got a rain barrier, ground sheet, water catch, seat cover, improvised poncho, or debris sack without spending another dime. A former scout sniper instructor said the smartest gear setups never look impressive laid out on a table. They look practical. That line stuck with me. Because that's exactly what most YouTube bags get wrong. They're built to be admired, not deployed. And now you're ready for number 1. The $4.99 piece that turns this from a pile of cheap parts into a low-profile loadout that embarrasses overpriced bug-out bags. This is the reveal. And if you've ever wondered why some men move through a crisis without attracting attention, this is why. This is the bag. Not MOLLE, not coyote-brown, not covered in morale patches. A plain black 12-inch Harbor Freight tool bag with 21 pockets. 15 inside, 6 outside, a zippered closure, and a wide mouth that stays open so you can grab what you need fast. And that's exactly why it wins. A $300 bug-out bag screams, I have stuff. This doesn't. It looks like tools. It looks boring. It looks forgettable. That's gold. In a parking lot at a motel, in the back seat, or under a bench, boring beats tactical almost every time. You're not trying to impress anybody. You're trying to move with options and without attention. A retired police sergeant told me the safest gear is often the gear nobody notices. Same reason of duty cops don't wear uniforms to buy groceries. Visibility changes the way strangers read you. So if everybody else is clutching fancy backpacks when supplies are tight, the plain black tool bag becomes camouflage. Now do the math. Gloves at $1.99. Cable ties at $2.68. Mini flashlights at $3.49. Snap blade knife at 79 cents. Paracord at $3.99. Tool bag at $4.99. That puts your Harbor Freight spend at $17.93 before tax. $17 class. $18 if you want to be honest. And if your local store has one of the usual coupon war deals, you're right in that $17 lane. But here's the part most people miss: this isn't just cheap. It's fast. Fast access. Fast deployment. Fast replacement. Fast duplication. That's what expensive bags lose when they try to be everything. Speed beats sophistication when your heart rate spikes. So pack it like this. Gloves in an outside pocket. Flashlight in the other. Cable 2 eyes flat in the back. Knife clipped high. Paracord coiled inside. Contractor bag under everything. Tape wrapped flat on the spare light. Then toss it behind the truck seat, in the closet by the garage door, or in the trunk where it doesn't scream, "Loot me." This is why the Harbor Freight Loadout embarrasses the $300 bag. Not because it's tougher. Not because it's cooler. Because it solves the first hour. And the first hour is where most people fail. Remember what I told you at the start. The real reason this setup works has nothing to do with gear flex, it's profile. A tactical bag tells the world you prepared. A cheap Loadout bag tells the world you might be carrying sockets and electrical tape. One attracts questions. The other disappears. And in a real shortage, disappearing is an advantage. And there's one more thing nobody talks about. Cheap gear has a weird power. You'll actually use it now, today, this week, in your truck, in the yard, on the road. That means when the bad day comes, none of it feels new. No learning curve, no hesitation, just motion. A former army medic told me confidence doesn't come from owning gear. It comes from touching gear enough times that your hands know where it lives in the dark. That may be the most important survival lesson on this whole list, and in my next video, I'm breaking down the 5 truck items old mechanics keep you around that most preppers completely ignore, including one thing sitting in plain sight at AutoZone that can save you from spending a night stranded on the shoulder. Most men will laugh when they see it. Then they'll wish they had it.